Najma, tell me, the screen is visible and audible? Najma, Danish?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. Okay, okay, okay. Hello,
Hello.
Danish, screen is visible and audible and? Yes, okay, okay,
Yes, sir.
okay. Now all of you please write down the hardness used in aluminum castings. Hardness used in aluminum castings. The hardness available in the market are calcium, carbon, copper, chromium, manganese, magnesium, nickel, silica, titanium, vanadium, zircon, vanadium, and more. Say the hardness. What is the purpose of adding hardness? That is nothing but the hardness of the aluminum can be increased. The hardness, the mechanical property of the aluminum can be increased. And also remember, the melting temperature of aluminum is 600 degrees centigrade. If you add chromium to this, you can increase the strength up to maximum level. So for that reason, the chromium is usually added to the aluminum to increase the hardness of the aluminum alloy. Now, please, all of you write down the hardness used in aluminum castings. Write down the hardness added to the aluminum alloy are, write down one by one, Ca, comma, Co, comma, Cu, comma, Cr, Mn, Mg, Ni, Si, Ti, V, Zr, comma, Zr hyphen V, etc. etc. So these are all the hardeners are added to increase the mechanical property and also the melting temperature of the aluminum alloy.
ZR ಅಂದ್ರೆ
ಏನು ಹೇಳಿ?
ZR
Zirconium. Zr, zirconium. Okay,
Okay.
okay. And after that, put a full stop. However, aluminum is a aluminum has a low melting point, 660 degrees centigrade. Melting point, full stop. If chromium is added as a hardener that increases the melting point about 1875 degrees centigrade. Full stop. The hardness increases the mechanical properties such as hardness, comma, stiffness, malleability, high yield point, strength, resistance to oxidation, etc. So if you have this question in the examination, you write only this much is enough. Only some question paper you have this question. Write a brief note on hardness used in aluminum castings. So you write this much only. Next you come to the point, drossing. See, all of you seen the cream in the milk, and also butter in the water. See, if you put the butter in the water, what will happen? It floats or it drowns? It floats. In the same way, if any impurities present in the aluminum alloy liquid, which floats on the surface, usually the dross is a solid mass impurity which is present in the alloy. We sometimes if we will not do drossing in the liquid metal, which leads to the oxidation of the liquid metal. So for that reason, drossing is very, very important. So from that, you can avoid the formation of defects in the casting. Next, come to the point, oxide separation and removal. See, the aluminum alloy Al2O3 and some flexes are added to the oxide formed in the formation of liquid metal that should be Jay sir class ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. That should be removed by adding fluxes to the liquid metal. Fluxes to the liquid metal. From that, you can remove oxides which formed while formation of the liquid metal. So that's very, very important. By adding fluxes, usually they add some calcium carbonate or some other chemical to remove the oxides in the liquid metal. You might have seen aluminum partition channels, might have seen used for a computer center, hospital, and all those things. If you purchase a new aluminum partition from the shop, if you touch the surface, you feel some powder coating is on that. There is nothing but the calcium carbonate powder is coated on the surface of the aluminum casting to remove the oxides. Next, come to the point, the gas absorption in aluminum castings. Gas absorption in aluminum castings. Please write down. Gas absorption in aluminum castings. Write down. Gas absorption in aluminum castings.
Excuse me, sir.
ಹೇಳಮ್ಮ ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರಾ
ಸರ್? ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಸರ್.
ಓಕೆ 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 ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳು. ಯಾರು ಇಲ್ಲಲ್ಲಮ್ಮ ಲಿಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ.
ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಸರ್, ಈಗ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು.
ಸರಿ ಸರಿ ಸರಿ, ಬೇಗ ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳು.
ಹಾ ಸರ್, ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ.
All of you, please keep a 200 size king size notebook and pen along with you. Now, please, all of you write down gas absorption in aluminum castings. The only gas, hydrogen, usually absorbed in aluminum alloy. You can remove the hydrogen by adding some fluxes or by degassing. We already discussed with degassing methods, flushing of inert gas, stirring of the liquid metal, and vacuum degassing methods can be used. You can use that process, you can use that method to remove the gas absorbed in the hydrogen, absorbed in the liquid aluminum alloy. You can use the degassing method to remove the hydrogen from the liquid metal. Suppose if the hydrogen is present in the liquid metal, then what will happen? Which leads to the formation of defects called pinholes, gas holes, blowholes, voids. So these are the 4 types of defects are formed. All of you write down, please. Hydrogen is the only gas. Hydrogen is the only gas that is soluble in aluminum and its alloys. Aluminum and its alloys. Full stop. Hydrogen solubility.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Sir, hydrogen is soluble in aluminum alloys ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬರೀ aluminum alloys ಅಷ್ಟೇನಾ ಮತ್ತೆ ಬೇರೆ alloys ಗೂ soluble ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್?
ಬೇರೆ alloy soluble ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಲ್ಯೂಮಿನಿಯಂ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಒಂದೇ.
ಓಕೆ ಓಕೆ.
ಅಲ್ಯೂಮಿನಿಯಂ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್. ಕ್ಯಾಸ್ಟ್ ಐರನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್, ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನು 4-5 ತರ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಕ್ಯಾಸ್ಟ್ ಐರನ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಲೈಯಿಂಗ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಒಂದೇ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಯೂಮಿನಿಯಂ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಆಗೋದು. ಸೊ ಇದು ಡಿಗ್ಯಾಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ಓದಿದೀವಲ್ವಾ. So from that method you can remove the hydrogen gas by vacuum degassing or flushing the hydrogen using the inert gas flushing method. So from that you can remove the hydrogen gas from the liquid aluminum alloy. Okay, right now hydrogen is the only gas is soluble in aluminum and its alloys. Hydrogen solubility varies directly with temperature and the square root of pressure. During cooling and solidification of molten aluminum, dissolved hydrogen in excess of the extremely low solid solubility, may precipitate in molecular form. Resulting in the formation of casting defects such as gas holes, pinholes, or gas porosity, voids, voids, voids in bracket write down holes, etc. are formed in casting, are formed on the surface or inside the castings, that is primary and secondary. If the defects formed on the surface, is called primary. If the defects are formed inside the casting, that is called secondary. Full stop. Next paragraph, write down. The gas absorbed in the aluminum alloy can be removed by using flushing of inert gas, such as argon and helium, into the liquid aluminum alloy. Full stop. In all the non-ferrous foundries, they use vacuum degassing of aluminum alloy in order to remove the hydrogen gas from the liquid aluminum alloy. Liquid aluminum alloy. ಹೇಳಮ್ಮ
ಸರ್ ಡ್ರೋಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಸರ್ ಅದು?
ಡ್ರಾಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ಅಲ್ಯೂಮಿನಿಯಂ ಮೆಲ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಇಂಪ್ಯೂರಿಟೀಸ್ ಬರ್ಬೋದಲ್ವಾ? ಇದು ಇಂಪ್ಯೂರಿಟೀಸ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಮೋಲ್ಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾವಿಟಿಗೆ ಪೇಂಟ್ ಹೊಡೆದಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ?
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್.
ಕ್ಲೇ ಕೋಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ?
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್.
ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಮೆಲ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ರಿಮೂವಿಂಗ್ ಡ್ರಾಸಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ.
ಓಕೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮೋಲ್ಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾವಿಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಏನು ಇರ್ತದೆ ಸರ್, ಮೆಲ್ಟ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್
ಆಗುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಅದಷ್ಟು ಮೇಲೆ ತೇಲುತ್ತೆ.
ಓಕೆ, ಅದು ಡ್ರಾಸಿಂಗ್ ಸರ್.
ಡ್ರಾಸಿಂಗ್. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಗೊತ್ತಾ, ಈ ಚಿಲ್ಸು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕೆಲವು ಐಟಮ್ಸ್ ಇಡ್ತಾರೆ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ. ಈ ಚಾರ್ಕೋಲು, ಸಾಡಸ್ಟ್, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಎಕ್ಸೋಥರ್ಮಿಕ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಮೆಲ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ಸ್ ದ ಹೀಟ್ ಟು ದ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಮೆಟಲ್. ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಮೆಟಲ್ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ತೇಲ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ತೆಗೆಯೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಡ್ರಾಸಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ಹೇಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ, ಒಂಥರ ಈ ಶೋವೆಲ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ಯಲ್ಲ, ಫೌಂಡ್ರಿಲ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಶೋವೆಲ್, ಹಿಂಗೊಂಥರ ಎಳೆಯಕ್ಕೆ. ಈ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಂಚ್ಕ ನೋಡಿಲ್ವಾ? ಈ ಫೌಂಡ್ರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಶೋವೆಲ್ ನೋಡಿಲ್ವಾ? ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕೋಲು, ಚಾರ್ಕೋಲನ್ನ ಶೋವೆಲ್ ಇಂದ ಎತ್ತಿ ಎತ್ತಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ? ಅದೇ ಟೈಪ್ ಶೋವಲ್ ರೆಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ತೆಗೆದು ಹೊರಗೆ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದೇ ಈಗ ಬರ್ತಿರೋದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಸ್ಲಾಗ್ ಸ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದೀಯಾ? ಸ್ಲಾಗ್ ಸ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಅದು ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ, ಈ ಸ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಗಿಂತನೂ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಮೆಟಲ್ ಪೀಸಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸ್ಲಾಗ್ ಸ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಅದು ಯಾವಾಗ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಲಾಗ್ ಸ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಈ ಸ್ಲಾಗ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕ್ಯಾಸ್ಟ್ ಐರನ್ ಅಂತ ತೆಗಿತಾರೆ. ನಾನ್ ಫೆರಸ್ ಫೌಂಡ್ರಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಡ್ರಾಸ್ ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಇದು, ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನ ಪೌಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಜೊತೆ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಸ್ಲಾಗ್ ಸ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಓಕೆ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಹೇಳಮ್ಮ.
ಸರ್, ಈ ಡ್ರಾಸಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಂಪ್ಯೂರಿಟೀಸ್ ತೆಗಿತಾರೆ ಸರ್, ಅವಾಗ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮೆಟಲ್ ವಾಲ್ಯೂಮ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಸರ್? ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮೆಟಲ್
ಇಲ್ಲ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇಟ್ಕೊ, 10 to 20% ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಮೆಟಲ್ ಮೌಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಮೆಟಲ್ ಮೆಲ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ನಿಮ್ದು ಕ್ಯಾಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಸೈಜು ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ 100 kg ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಎಷ್ಟು ಮೆಲ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ 110 120 kgs ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಮೆಟಲ್ ಮೆಲ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. 10 to 20% extra metal always should be present in the ladle. Otherwise, in order to compensate, volume contraction ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ?
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್, ಶ್ರಿಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್.
ಶ್ರಿಂಕೇಜ್ ಡಿಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ವಿಷಯ ಗೊತ್ತಾ, ಈ ವಾಲ್ಯೂಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಮೆಟಲ್ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ.
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್.
ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಂಗೆ ಸಣ್ಣದಾಗ್ತಾ ಬರುತ್ತೆ.
ಹೌದು ಸರ್.
ಅದನ್ನ ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ in order to compensate the volume contraction, excess metal ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಲೇಬೇಕು. ಆ ಎಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಮೆಟಲ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ? ರೈಸರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ರೈಸರ್ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಈ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಶಾರ್ಟೇಜ್ ಬೀಳುತ್ತೆ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಮೆಟಲ್, ಅವಾಗ ರೈಸರ್ ಕಳಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಇಟ್ ವರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಎ ಗವರ್ನರ್. ಇನ್ ಇಂಜಿನ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಫ್ಲೈ ವೀಲ್ ಗವರ್ನರ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಅದೇ ತರ ರೈಸರ್ ಮೋಲ್ಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾವಿಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಮೋಲ್ಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾವಿಟಿಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾಸ್ಟಿಂಗಿಗೆ ಯಾವಾಗ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಮೆಟಲ್ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next, you write down. Fluxing means adding suitable agents in order to achieve the following. In order to achieve the following. Underline the complete sentence. Below that, write down number 1, to react with dross so that it can float up. It can float up. Next line, write down number 2, to prevent reaction of the melt, to prevent reaction of the melt of aluminum with atmosphere by acting as a barrier. Full stop. Next line, number 3. To remove impurities in the melt. To remove impurities in the melt. Full stop. Next paragraph, write down. All aluminum alloys are melted. All aluminum alloys are melted under flux cover halide salts. Full stop. These fluxes contain salt mixtures that are liquid at normal aluminum melting temperature. temperatures. In bracket write down 600 degree centigrade. Full stop. Next paragraph write down the fluxes are used in aluminum alloy foundry are 47.5% sodium chloride, comma 47.5% potassium chloride, comma 5% sodium aluminum fluoride, 5 to 10% aluminum sodium fluoride, comma zinc chloride, etc. See, the first point, these are the fluxes are used to remove the impurities from the liquid aluminum and also to prevent a reaction of oxidation with the atmosphere, and also the whichever the impurities and the oxides present in the liquid metal make that impurities and the oxides to float on the top surface of the liquid metal. For that reason, the fluxes are added to the liquid aluminum. Next, right now, grain refinement in aluminum alloys. Grain refinement in aluminum alloys. Underline that. First, all of you listen clearly. See, there will be three types of crystal structures we observe in the metals. One is BCC, second one FCC, third one HCP. Suppose the customer asks you to provide BCC in the casting or FCC in the final structure of the casting, but you have BCC in the casting, you have to make FCC. How do you convert BCC into FCC? That is nothing but grain refinement. Structural properties of the aluminum can be changed by using the following methods. That is, grain size in aluminum can be refined by the following three methods. Now, all of you write down grain size or grain refinement. Grain refinement or grain size in aluminum alloys can be refined by the following three methods. Below that, write down number one, thermal method. Thermal method. See, the thermal method. Usually, if you add chromium to the aluminum, the melting temperature of the aluminum alloy increases to 1875 degrees centigrade. What you have to do, keep the casting in the open air or in the liquid salt bath, or inside the sand or inside the ash. Cool the casting to the room temperature and again increase the temperature of the casting below the 100 degrees centigrade of recrystallization temperature of the aluminum alloy. Rapid cooling and chilling of the aluminum casting, you can change the crystal structure or you can do the grain refinement is possible. Next, add some chemicals to the liquid metal like aluminum, titanium, carbon, and aluminum, titanium, and boron. If you add these chemicals to the aluminum alloy, you can do the grind refinement and also you can change the crystal structure from BCC to FCC or BCC to HCP or FCC to HCP is possible. So next method, the mechanical method, that is ultrasonic process or stirring of the liquid metal and some other magnetic process or magnetic refinement process can also be adopted to make the fine grind refinement of aluminum alloy is possible. Please all of you write down. Number 1, thermal method. Number 2, chemical method. Number 3, mechanical method. In the mechanical method is ultrasonic, keeping the metal in the ultrasonic container or electromagnetic method, and another one is stirring of liquid metal in the ladle itself. You can do the grind refinement of liquid metal is possible. Next, come to the point, pouring temperature of aluminum alloy. Pouring temperature, underline that. Pouring temperature. The pouring temperature of aluminum is 660 degree centigrade. Next line right now, pouring temperature of aluminum is 700 to 750 degrees centigrade. In order to avoid the falling of temperature of the liquid metal, usually they keep the liquid metal at the 700 to 750 degrees centigrade. At this temperature, they pour the liquid metal directly into the mold cavity. For that, they keep the liquid metal in hot condition by using some exothermic materials. Exothermic materials means charcoal, wooden pieces, and sawdust, and some of the exothermic materials they use to keep the liquid metal, liquid aluminum at a temperature 700 to 750 degrees centigrade. Directly, they pour the liquid metal into the mold cavity. Mold cavity. Today I stop at this stage. Next class I will start the stir casting. Next stir casting process. Stir casting process. Now this is the last topic in your module 3, stir casting. All of you observe here. This is the diagram, this is the container, and this is the heating coil. Just like a induction furnace, all of you please write down stir casting. The name itself indicates metal will be stirred, liquid metal stirred by using a rod or a shaft and a blade. From that, they stir the liquid metal, and there in the container there will be a provision to remove the liquid metal from the bottom. There will be a tap. From that, they remove the liquid metal. And for stirring of liquid metal along with the inert gas, argon gas is used to stir the liquid metal along with the blade. All of you observe here. So in foundry casting, the metal like aluminum alloy, copper alloy, and some of the low temperature alloys can be made by using stir casting process. All of you go through the diagram. This is the argon gas cylinder which is connected to the container. The container is covered with the heating coil. In the center you have a stirrer, and this is the furnace, and this is the power connection. So once you start stirring of the liquid metal with the argon gas, so the complete uniform liquid metal is formed in the container. As the temperature reaches the maximum, that is the pouring temperature, then they open the tap and they make the direct pouring of liquid metal into the mold cavity is possible. This is the last topic in your module 3. All of you please write down stir casting. See, what are the mechanism used for stirring or pneumatic stirring, jet stirring, electromagnetic stirring? They use for rotating of the blade which is present in the bottom. This is particularly suitable for low melting alloys like bronze, aluminum, copper and magnesium. ಹೇಳಮ್ಮ.
ಸರ್ ಈಗ ಸ್ಟಿರ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಂಪ್ಯೂರಿಟೀಸ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸಸ್ ಏನಿರ್ತಾವಲ್ಲ ಅವನ್ನ
ಬರಲ್ಲ ಬರಲ್ಲ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ನಿಮಿಷ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಸ್ಟಿರ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ? ಬ್ರಾಸ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಬ್ರಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಪ್ಯೂರಿಟೀಸ್ ಕಮ್ಮಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಅಲ್ಯೂಮಿನಿಯಂ ವಿತೌಟ್ ಎನಿ ಅಲಾಯಿಂಗ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್. ಬ್ರಾಸ್, ಕಾಪರ್, lead, zinc, pure copper, lead, zinc and magnesium castings. And ಆಮೇಲೆ zinc, lead, chromium and copper. Some of the components used in automobiles and spacecrafts. So where they require the stability, dimensional stability, surface roughness, oxidation, corrosion resistance, all those things. So for that reason, low melting alloys, low melting alloys like aluminum, copper, bronze, lead, zinc. Stir casting, name itself indicates stirring the liquid metal in the furnace, in the ladle which is placed inside the furnace. Now I stop at this stage. This is the last. ಹೇಳಮ್ಮ.
ಸರ್ ಅರ್ಗಾನ್ ಹಲೋ ಅರ್ಗಾನ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಹಾಕ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ನೆಸೆಸಿಟಿ ಸರ್ ಅದು ಅರ್ಗಾನ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಹಾಕೋದು?
ಆರ್ಗಾನ್ ಹಾಕೋದು ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೇಷನ್ ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ. ಒಂದು ಲೇಯರ್ 3 to 5 millimeter ಆರ್ಗಾನ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಲೇಯರ್ ಮೇಲಿರುತ್ತೆ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಮೆಟಲ್ ಮೇಲೆ. ಅದು ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ಮೆಟಲ್ ಸರೌಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೇಷನ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ರಿಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ.
ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಸರ್ ಈಗ ಸ್ಟಿರ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಇಂಪ್ಯೂರಿಟೀಸ್ ಯಾವ್ದು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಆ ಮೆಟಲ್ಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್?
ಹೌದು ಇಂಪ್ಯೂರಿಟೀಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಬರಲ್ಲ.
ಓಕೆ ಸರ್.
ಸ್ಟಿರ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಸರ್.
ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್.